right side today, if you will, because John Theriac was our friend. He was our father. He was brother. He was our son, grandfather, dad's partner. He was so many things, teacher, so many things to so many people. Shipmate. I understand that this beautiful white wreath was sent in by his ship, as a matter of fact. And, you know, it's time when we can gather together and we can have what we call a memorial. And we'll remember. We'll remember together what's happened in John's life and what happened in your life. How he touched you, how he made you laugh, how he made you dance, and how he made you learn about those great songs of the big band days, and how he reminisced with you of the music of Roger Whittaker and others of his favorites, and how he taught people not just how to weld, but how to live and how to be positive in life. A very important man, my friends. He brought you together. Many of you who would not have met if it wasn't for John. Some of you who would not have wed if it wasn't for John. Some of you who would not have produced beautiful grandchildren if it wasn't for John bringing you together. So, family and friends, all together today, we come to share and memorialize and join in happy recollections about John Theriac. I'm not qualified to tell all the wonderful stories, but you are, because you remember him. You lived these stories with him. You know what makes a really wonderful life is all those great remembrances that you have afterward, the ways that you can reminisce with each other and touch bases with each other as family and friends to recall the good times that you shared. I'm not going to try to kid you folks. We'll all be sad from time to time when we think about John because we'll miss him. But he will remain, I know it's kind of a strange euphemism, but I'm going to say it. He's going to remain alive in our hearts and in our minds, in our souls as we recall the happy times that we spent together. And so today's memorial will be mainly for you to share great stories about John and to help us to remember what a wonderful man he was, what a wonderful life he lived, and what he's left us as his legacy toward the future. And so we'll begin immediately. Anyone who'd like to share a story about John Theriac, bring a smile to our faces as we remember the good times. Anyone, please. Come right up to the microphone, but please, when you do, introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are and what relationship you were to John. Thank you, sir.
John Ervin. This is a trying moment for us all. Men not supposed to cry, women are. That's not going to be true because I think we all have in our hearts friend, dear friend, John Theriac, plays tennis. And as the ball was served back, I said, "Would you mind taking it easy on me?" And he says, "Okay, I will." So he whacks it at about 100 miles an hour this time. And I just put my tennis racket out and it goes back over there. And he's surprised that I hit it back. So much for tennis. But here's the good thing. As an aviator, John and I flew to Las Vegas back in March the 1st, 1971. I timed him into going because I said, Stardust Hotel has $1 million for you because they've already given me $1 million, and they took a picture of me in front of the $1 million. And so I got him back. We got in the airplane and we took off in the afternoon. It takes about an hour and a half to get over there. And come on, I'll show you. And they had $1 million waiting for me. And I said, surprise. What it is that for the promotion, they had $1 million if you could get your picture taken. So I had my picture taken. And I said, John, there's your $1 million. But there's only one thing. We can't take it back with us. So that's where that went. And of course, we made it back to San Diego, and we tiptoed back to our homes. Everybody wanted to know where we were. And so, in any case, I have John dear in my heart with Angela. Years ago, a million years ago, Todd got married. And at the dance, there were two youngsters up there. John was dancing like a professional, and Angela was. And I said, wow, why did you include me? And I like to dance too. And it was so beautiful. And it was a beautiful event. And that's my quote. To see John and his daughter up there dancing, the smile that John always had, and I use the word always, and Angela, they were just having a great time. And I'm standing out there thinking, gee whiz, I could be jealous, I could be envious, but it was a wonderful event. And that's beautiful. And I'm sure that John says, let's stay happy with a smile, because only ourselves and our own hearts can be happy. And be sure, and my heart, Bede's heart, and our family's heart. And I thank you for listening. I could go on, but I think I need to give this to someone else who might want to come up and speak. But Angela and your family, Todd, Sean, and everyone that's related, Veronica, thank you very much. I've had a beautiful ride with your family, and I hope that we continue to, because as we progress, we have kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, and oh Lordy, great-grandkids. Thank you. Good. I thought I could do this without all this crying. You was my apple. I'll get right. I'll tell some little stories about John. I was a little kid. I'm 3 or 4 years old. He was talking about that pass tennis ball coming back to him. We was playing baseball, catcher could hear that piano back and forth. And I said, I'm going to quit and go in. One more throw. Of course, he was throwing it hard to me, and I'm just 4 years old, and he's 7 years older than I am. So, and I said, well, don't throw it hard. And he wound up throwing the ball hard, and he could throw it, and it hit me in the nose. Broke the nose. I go to Mama crying and everything, which, well, she's got 10 kids, so she's not worried about broken nose. But I forgot about it. I knew that I got my nose broken and everything, and I never thought too much more about it. About 2 years ago, John came up and apologized to me. He said, I don't know why I did it. I was a bar. He said, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. But that's just brothers, I guess. He ran all the time. He ran. He was a big track star in our hometown, Clarendon, Arkansas. And set records in a mile and stuff. But he ran all the time. He run to school. We had to go. I don't know how far it was to our school from our home, but a mile and a half, maybe even 2 miles. But he grabbed my hand and he pulled me along. I was just in the 1st, 2nd grade, and he was 7 years older. But he pulled me along with him. I remember that part. I remember so many good things about John. He'd come to Arkansas and hunt with me. But John bought the best hunting clothes there was, and he bought the best guns there were. And we put him on a good steer stand, and he'd come back and he said, did you get a deer? He said, I got a really nice picture of a couple of deer. We went under that night, and we were looking at some beautiful deer pictures, So he wouldn't shoot a deer, and
then when he did shoot a deer, I think he always tried to shoot low, you know, where he wouldn't hit the deer. So he tried to impress me by shooting at a deer, but he never got a deer. He had so many interests, a lot more than me. He's got all the hats out there. I know a lot of y'all seen the hats as beekeeping and everything, and that's what he was interested in. He was interested in welding. Everybody knows all this stuff. But the hat he doesn't have out there is what his favorite was, the swing dancing up in Disneyland. He loved it. My wife reminded me one time he was getting ready to come home, and he was dressing up in the at our home to go get on the plane, and we couldn't. John, what are you dressing up for? And he said, "Then I get to San Diego, I got to go to what do you call it? Disneyland." So he was going to go dance as soon as he got back here. So that was his passion at this time in life, and took it up with his daughter. We have a little thing in our family. My mother had always, of course, when she got 10 kids, she'd always hug her neck and she'd always hold us close and whisper in her ear, "You're my favorite." I was her favorite. I mean, I knew I was her favorite. She told me that many times. But after a while, I got out and Jimmy, my brother Jimmy, sitting back there, or John, or mother said I was his favorite. I knew they knew she really told me, and they was picking on a little brother. I knew it wasn't true. I knew I was her favorite. After a while, we got all these little nieces and nephews around, and I'd hear her telling, I'd be sitting over there, and "You're my favorite one. You're my favorite, you know." Oh my gosh, that's what she does for me. She does for everybody now. So she tried to make everybody feel as their favorite. And in John's family, I know who the favorite is. It's Todd. And Sean. It's just you just try to make your children feel the best you can as you can. We have no book to raise children by. We just do the best you can, and that's what John did. And, I could go on and I could rattle on. But my wife told me not to rattle on. He'd call me and tell a joke. I mean, jokes, one joke right after another for maybe 2 hours. And laugh at every joke he ever told. He'd just laugh. He'd be laughing at stupid jokes that he'd laugh to make me laugh, So I would repeat the same jokes and think about John laughing, and I get to laugh again, and it'd be a stupid joke. He told pretty clean jokes. And Angie told me one yesterday, and I already told it 3 times, but he told her when she was a little kid, and I like her. She get up and tell that joke, but it's such a cute little joke. But anyway, everybody knew John as well as I did. He's just a good brother, a good man. That's the way. Well, you wouldn't be here if you didn't believe that. So I know this week. John and I talked about being saved. And I know I shouldn't say all this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I thought about it. I think the Lord told me to say it. John said, "Well, yeah, I'm going to go to heaven because I'm a good man. I always try to treat people fair and square, and I think I'm going to go to heaven." We just discussed it. But John, it doesn't work that way. Some people singing in a choir are not going to go to heaven, and some preachers behind the pulpit is not going to go to heaven because they don't believe in. I gave him a prayer to say to accept your Lord, and he did that over the last few years. He didn't know; he just thought. But I know where my brother is. He's going to be opening the gate for us. Each one of us that here today, he's going to be there. Open the gate for us as we come up here. If we accept the Lord Jesus Christ as our Savior. That's about all. I just know where he is. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming.
I wasn't going to do this, The favorite. And I only was mother's favorite, but I was John Ervin's favorite. And I remember in Arkansas when our mother passed away, John had not cried at all. And we were at the casket together, and he was crying, and I said, John, Mother told me you were her favorite. And we busted out laughing like, you know, at the party. And I thought later maybe I shouldn't have done that, but, you know, it broke the ice for him. And maybe he was her favorite. But anyway, I told him the last time he was in Arkansas, I said, John, if you get to heaven before I do, would you tell Mother I'm still her favorite? And so they did the singing joke with us. And, you know, I'm just so thankful to be here and thankful that Danny shared that because I know that I will see John Ervin again because he accepted Christ as his Savior. And, you know, maybe you haven't heard this and maybe this is not the time that you want to hear this, but Christ has a purpose for us in this life. I think John fulfilled his purpose. He made us laugh. He made us dream. He taught us lessons. He taught my kids lessons about things. But the most important thing John did here on this earth was admit that he was a sinner, knew that Christ died on the cross for his sin, and then asked him into his heart. And that's all we have to do. It's that simple. People try to make it hard. It's not hard to ask Christ into your life. And we will see him again. He's there with my mother, with our mother. So I didn't know if I could even get up here today, but I had so many people in Arkansas, our daughters, and my son praying for me today. So thank you, Jesus, for giving me the strength because I love my brother. He was our rock. I loved him more than anything. So thank y'all.